Is the partnership over with Under Armour and the United Football League? Well, I've got some evidence that would back me up on this because there's a lot of changes happening with the UFL, with Mike Rapoli taking over, and potentially the end of the contract for Under Armour and the United Football League that was re-signed basically from a multi-year deal from the XFL back in 2022. Now, of course, at the beginning of 2024, in January 2024, the Under Armour and the UFL, after the merger completed, re-signed a contract with that multi-year deal to not only be the uniform provider, but also be the apparel brand for fans as well, along with Sideline Apparel too. Now, as we head into the third UFL season with Mike Rapoli taking over, there's a lot of evidence to back up that that partnership has ended and they are moving on to someone new. Now, whether it be a lot of people thinking it's No Bull, which is Mike Rapoli's company, taking over uniforms, or overall sideline apparel and stuff like that, remains to be seen, but we'll talk about that here through the video. So let's talk about this because there is a big sign that was posted this past Monday after the Orlando, Florida showcase with the UFL having talent try out, as you can see on the slide on the picture. So let's talk about this. The change in showcase uniforms. So with that, the uniforms always, and even going back to a couple weeks ago in previous showcases, we saw the Under Armour showcase gear for the UFL that they've used going back to the XFL in 2022-2023 timeframe that they used is no longer there, effective this past Monday in Orlando, and as you can see, has moved on to just a UFL similar type style of what they were wearing with Under Armour, but has no Under Armour on it and is strictly the UFL branding with the number on it. Now, of course, with that being said, let me show you here because I actually own one of those Under Armour ones from the UFL, and I'll show it here on the screen. This is a little dirty. This thing needs wash. It's been sitting in a closet forever. But anyways, you can see Under Armour. You can see the Under Armour gear inside and everything like that. This was courtesy of attending the showcases in Arizona with the Markcast and at the time XFLNewsHub.com reporting for them. One of the XFL leadership ended up giving it to Reed at the Markcast, who then sent it to everyone that attended that. So again, appreciate getting that a couple years back, but as you can see, that is now changed. And similar to what we've been knowing with the Under Armour partnership, they've been definitely branding Under Armour on anything that they have clothing wise, whether it's coaches, players, personnel, showcase attire, kind of like we see there, and that has changed. So that's clue number one, or evidence in my backing up this. And then of course we have the change in uniforms for the entire league. As we know, back on October 17th, and even prior to that, we have heard that Mike Rapoli say they are getting all new uniforms for the entire league. This would lead me to believe that the league is not going to just spend all this money on Under Armour redesigning all of the clothing for the league and all that type of stuff. This would lead me to believe that they are moving towards something new. And Mike Rapoli even said back on October 17th, I've seen some of the new uniforms. They look incredible. Now, we reported on all that information he talked about there, but this was just kind of further details that led me to believe that we are moving forward with a new brand, whether it's No Bull or someone else, similar like the XFL used in 2020. We could be on a possibility for that. Then we move on to all UFL products removed from the Under Armour site. Now, if you go to underarmour.com, go searching, you can't find anything UFL that you're able to just about 2 to 3 weeks ago was the last time I was on there looking. They had never updated anything with the new teams, new logos, anything like that. It was still the same merchandise from last year. You can, if you go through Google, search Under Armour UFL, you can get to the landing page that has all the logos from 2025 season, this past season, with links that you can click on, but then it says page not found. So again, Under Armour has completely cleared UFL from their website. There's nothing on there that you can buy, you can purchase, and really, honestly, there's nothing. You can go to like dicksportinggood.com and buy Under Armour stuff that they have in stock, but that's about it. Moving on to that, we know the revamp of the UFL store. They took all products down after they had their sale that they were having, their summer 70% sale that featured a lot of Under Armour gear at a very cheap price for all teams, not just the ones that were being relocated or rebranded into a new team or whatnot. And we are waiting on that date to come forward, which is November 10th, 2025, when the new UFL shop opens up, which would lead me to believe that with them getting rid of, because even the Under Armour jerseys that were on the shop were at half price or 70% off, and they were getting rid of them. I didn't think they're the greatest quality ever of what they could have been for Under Armour for fan gear. I definitely think that Royal Retros did a much better job with jerseys and customizing and stuff like that for almost like, I want to say about maybe like $20 to $30 cheaper than what the league was selling those jerseys for. And I have one, but it's not the greatest thing ever. So that would then show up here is what they currently have on the UFL.com site when you go to the shop. That gives the announcement that new products or new shops coming November 10th, 2025. We are just under about a week and a half away from that. So in this case, you have 3 providers right now, or clothing lines that have been given the UFL branding and everything like that to sell merchandise. You have iSlideUSA.com that has slide shoes from $55 to $65. You have 108 Stitches currently for t-shirts from $38 and up. And of course, you go to BreakingT.com from $28 and up. Now, of course, Breaking T is not on the UFL website, but they have been a provider of UFL licensed merchandise going back actually to the XFL season not the XFL. I think they had it in 2020, but the USFL side of things had Breaking T in 2022 and 2023 until the merger happened. Breaking T has always been a great provider of any type of sports, whether it's MLB, NFL, NBA, whatever the case may be. They have very good branding, good logos, different type of t-shirts as you can see there, and they have all the new stuff up as well, including a new UFL logo shirt, hoodies, things like that start at $28. They're more affordable option of that, but it does question what is going to be on the UFL shop come November 10th. Will we get jerseys? I don't know. If they are moving on truly from Under Armour, which I believe they are based on all the evidence, this would lead me to believe they've went somewhere, and most likely if we have uniforms announced by November 10th, I've kind of hinted at maybe we could see that because of that date with the overall merchandise shop opening up or whatnot, that would be a perfect time. If we can get jerseys, even if they are on pre-order, to ship prior to Christmas or the New Year and be able to own jerseys and merchandise and all that type of stuff prior to the season, we'd be way ahead of the game than anything we've had in the past going back to 2020 with the XFL. That would be absolutely amazing if they could do that and give us some quality product. I really wish that the league, if they get away from UFL or from Under Armour, I do believe that Royal Retro could essentially at that point make custom jerseys based on the actual on-field replicas that they could do as well, depending on the company they go with. Currently, right now, Royal Retros does own, not own, but does have the authorization to use the copyright to create jerseys. We've seen the remix jerseys last year. I hope they do that potentially for the brand new teams, Houston Gamblers, maybe even doing another remix for the Dallas Renegades and the other teams that are entering the league. That is a great provider for jerseys. Check them out if you haven't done so already. They have quite a bit of stuff up. But I think they could be a place where you could actually get quality made replica jerseys of what is on the field for $100. They're currently $100. It went up by 10 due to like tariffs and all that type of stuff. So overall, check them out. But again, the more you look at this, the more it is coming together that the Under Armour partnership has ended for the United Football League going forward. We'll keep an eye on it. But again, no Bull or Tom Brady TB12 Sports is not, and I will repeat it, is not affiliated with Under Armour. There is no deal between those brands whatsoever. They expired about 2 years ago. I had a few comments on my last video talking about that I was incorrect in the video from yesterday about the Under Armour partnership not ending, and that No Bull is associated with Under Armour. That is completely incorrect. If you go to No Bull clothing page or whatnot, none of their products are Under Armour. They are completely their own brand, and Tom Brady TB12 is 100% with No Bull, and that contract went into place back in January of 2024. Conveniently enough, near the exact same time that the UFL re-signed Under Armour as a partner, that deal with Tom Brady ended. So again, a lot of information. We'll keep an eye on all this, and then stay tuned because later today we have some information on the Louisville Kings, who their potential head coach is. It still could happen depending on if he stays on an NFL roster. We'll talk about that and much more coming to the table for the 2026 season in a video posting later today, this afternoon. We'll see you back here on the flip side. Have a great one, everyone. Thank you.